here tonight and very excited for the chance to talk with you. Love this technology, the ability to be in one place and yet reach out to so many people around the country. I love seeing all the different states and even outside the country of the people who are on with us tonight. My name is Todd Smith. I have been with Dr. Wallach and his products and his company and Opportunity Now since October of 1996. So quite a few years together. I'm very, very excited about the opportunity today. In fact, far more excited today than I was even when I joined. Everything about Youngevity and FDI and these products and this company gets better and better every single day. So I want to welcome everybody on. I'll start by telling you a little bit about myself. I was introduced to this mainly because I had a raging deficiency. Now, when you listen to Dr. Wallach, he'll talk about all sorts of nutrient deficiencies. I was deficient in vitamin M. Vitamin M for money, okay? I was deficient in vitamin M, and the reason is my wife and I had just found out that we were having triplets. We were in graduate school, we were flat broke, living on student loans, and all of a sudden I had to find a way to support ourselves because here my wife came home, we had these 3 brand new babies, I had to quit my job, and I had to find a way to make some money to support us. And so I was looking for some different things, talking to folks about what we what I could do to provide for the family, and actually went up to Idaho and sat down with my dad. I showed him some ideas I had. I said, "Dad, what do you think?" He said, "Todd, I have no idea. I've never done any of those." But he said, "One of the things you showed me is a nutritional product." He said, "Let me show you something." And he had me sit down at the bar. He went over and mixed something up on the counter, slid it across, said, "Here, Todd, drink this." And not seeing my dad in the kitchen very often, I smelled it first, and I said, "Dad, what is it?" He said, "I don't know for sure. It's some old stuff that comes out of Utah." He said, "Your mom started drinking this. She bought it from a friend that she plays tennis with because of her arthritis, her tendonitis, and her heel spurs." And he said, "At first I gave her a hard time, teased her about it, told her she was wasting her money and so forth. But," he said, "she started sleeping better, having more energy, the arthritis and tendonitis and pain went away." And he said, "Even the heel spurs on the x-rays, gone." So he said, "She was feeling so much better." He said, "I started sneaking some myself." And he said, "What I can tell you, Todd, is this is the real deal." He said, "The arthritis in my shoulder is gone. I have more energy, sleeping better." He went on and on. He said, "If you can find a way to align yourself business-wise with this doctor and with these products," he says, "you cannot fail because these are the real thing." He says, "We've tried all sorts of stuff and none of it works to the level at all as these do." So that was my introduction. And in fact, what happened after that is I was driving home and I was listening to a cassette tape. A cassette tape many of you here on this webinar have probably heard, titled "Dead Doctors Don't Lie." Here it is in a CD, right? Well, as I heard that CD, a light went on for me. And I'll talk a little bit about that a little bit more later on. But what my job is here tonight is to introduce to you what makes us different, what makes us unique, and why Youngevity, okay? If all the other companies, of all the other opportunities, of all the other products that are out there, why Youngevity? And that's my goal tonight, is to answer that question. Now what we'll do is we'll do this presentation. You guys are all welcome to chat back and forth, but at the end of this, we'll have about 15 minutes to answer any questions you might have as well. All right. Youngevity, FDI Youngevity is founded by Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian and physician, published over 75 articles in scientific and medical journals, defeated the FDA seven times in court. Youngevity is the only nutritional company to receive FDA-authorized health claims, and Youngevity was founded to improve both the physical and financial health of people throughout the world. People need what we have, and they aren't getting it anywhere else. That book right there is the title, Diseases of Exotic Animals. Okay, well, Dr. Wallach was the lead scientist in a 13-year government study on the health of animals and people. In the course of that study, he performed over 17,500 autopsies on over 450 different species of animals and 300 humans for comparison. All that research then was collected together in this textbook, which has been used for decades by every veterinary school in the nation, is now considered a national treasure in the United States Smithsonian. His research that came out of that and was then put into that textbook doubled the lifespan of animals in the agricultural industry and eliminated over 900 diseases that are still plaguing humans. And Dr. Wallach says that the same strategies that worked in animals work like a charm in people as well. So what makes us unique? Well, one of them is a very unique product philosophy. Not just unique products, but a very unique philosophy because it comes from this veterinary background and not from a medical background. In other words, it comes from a prevention standpoint rather than a treatment standpoint. The medical doctors don't get paid until you're sick, right? Well, in the agricultural industry, the veterinarians knew they had to keep the bad from happening. They had to keep the herd healthy, okay? They get fired if the animals get sick. And so Dr. Wallach's research and all these autopsies and all of that eliminated over 900 diseases and doubled and tripled lifespans of animals, that is the background or the foundation whereby these formulas come about. And they're based on the premise that all human beings need 90 essential nutrients. Essential meaning any nutrient that meets these two categories. One, our bodies can't produce them, so we have to consume them. And secondly, if we're deficient in any of them, they're going to lead to disease. Okay, so if a nutrient meets those two categories or those new criterias, then it qualifies as an essential nutrient. And all humans need 90 essential nutrients, which are made up of 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. Dr. Wallach says it's all about the results. Give your body what it needs, and it will do amazing things. So what we focus on is the 90 essential nutrients. The most efficient way to get them and the most effective way is the Healthy Start Pack. We also have the Classic Basic 90 Pack. But these packages are designed to give you all 90 essential nutrients plus a lot more. And in fact, the Healthy Start Pack is like the Ferrari of health, and the Classic Basic 90 would be like the Cadillac of health. Okay, both fantastic vehicles. One's just a little bit faster, high performance than the other one. We also have incredible value. This slide is just to show you, would you rather spend $41 on those nutrients or $364? Well, just comparing our Ultimate Classic to what you'd have to buy and take on a daily basis at GNC, you can see the difference. Okay, you can get so much value in buying Dr. Wallach's formula in that one bottle. And that's really what it's about. It's about getting lots and lots of nutrition for a great value. Now, we also not only have the 90 essential nutrients, but we focus on products and services that people use every day. Category killer products like healthy chocolate. Okay, obviously you love chocolate. Well, do you like healthy chocolate? Okay, how about if you could eat chocolate and get your nutrition in your chocolates? Fantastic concept. How about losing weight? Many people are interested in losing weight and then also keeping it off. Well, how about if you could do that in a healthy fashion based on science that Dr. Wallach's research has brought out? How about energy drinks? Okay, a lot of us are reaching for the energy drink for a pick-me-up in the afternoon or for performance in athletics. We have sport recovery drinks and so forth. What if you could drink a healthy energy drink? Not one that's going to rev you up and drop you, but one that's going to give you long-sustained healthy energy. Or how about coffee? Many people drink coffee. Well, what if you could get your nutrition in a coffee? Okay, so we have all of these types of products in addition to the 90 essential nutrients. In fact, we have over 450 products, but as you can see in this depiction with this flower, the Mighty 90 or the 90 essential nutrients is the core of that flower. And the other products are like petals to the flower. And so I'll take just a minute here and tell you about some of my favorites of these petals, okay? But just understand that they are add-ons to the 90 essential nutrients. We start with the core and then we add to it. I'll give you a few examples. We mentioned chocolate, right? See, this little pad of chocolate comes in a little box like this, okay? But this little pad of chocolate has 17,000 auric points in it. That's the equivalent of antioxidant value of 23 bowls of vegetables, and you get it in eating a little piece of chocolate the size of a pat of butter. Now, you can imagine, I've got a family of 7 girls, okay? So you can imagine how popular this is at my home. It'd be a lot harder to get them to eat 23 bowls of vegetables than it is to get them to eat a piece of chocolate. The energy drinks, okay? One of them is Pollen Burst. This is a fantastic one. My wife loves this. Just puts it in her water. Just pour it in a water bottle, shake it up, and you've got long, sustained, healthy energy, including lots and lots of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients just in that pouch. Now, if you're an athlete, What about if you're trying to, one, give you high performance and also as a sport recovery to give you the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that you perspire and burn up and you exercise? Well, that's what this Rebound product is for. Comes in these little sticks, and it also comes in a tub, okay, for more economical use. You've got Rebound is a fantastic product designed around the athlete Theo Ratliff. Now, one of the core ingredients of the Healthy Start Pack, which gives us our 90 nutrients, is the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and that also comes in little packets. Okay, so these are all products that everybody falls in love with. I mentioned the healthy coffee. All right, the Java Fit line. Now here's one, CM cream. You see that pedal on there. This is a magic cream. My kids call it the magic cream. They rub it on anything that hurts. Okay, bumps, bruises, bee stings, mosquito bites, you name it. You rub this on, 8 to 10 minutes, pain, stiffness, inflammation goes away. In fact, this is a cream that's very, very popular amongst anyone with arthritis or joint pain, anything with back pain, neck pain, used as a massage cream, help with sinuses, migraines, all that sort of things. This is a natural extract of omega-3 fatty acids put in a very, very powerful menthol cream, and it's used at the Olympic Training Facility. They did a double-blind randomized placebo study out of the University of Connecticut, and they had 100% success with osteoarthritic patients in their range of motion, decrease of pain, ability to ascend and descend stairs, up and out of a chair, all of these types of testings, 100% success in relieving those symptoms and increasing their mobility with zero contraindications, meaning no side effects. All right. Now compare that to what you hear on the television ads. Fantastic product, a full write-up in the Journal of Rheumatology on that study and that product. And so those are just examples of the many, many products. I mean, here's another one. Okay. How about a non-alcoholic antibacterial foam? Okay. You just squirt it on and rub it around. It doesn't sting, it doesn't itch, it doesn't, it doesn't smell. It's beautiful and doesn't dry out your skin. It doesn't have any of that. We have everything you can think of, including mineral makeup, laundry detergent, things for the prostate, anything with regards to health. Examples are there on the screen as far as pedals. And what happens is when you've experienced what the 90 essential nutrients do, then you see what else has Dr. Wallach come up with, and that's when you start experimenting with the pedals. And everybody creates basically their own flower of what their family falls in love with. So the question comes up all the time, what product should I take? Well, one of Dr. Wallach's cohorts is Dr. Peter Glidden, okay? And he's put out this CD that you see on the screen as well as this 90 nutrients brochure. And these two are companions to figuring out what products that you would need to take. And the information I'm going to share with you right now talks about these four main categories. That 80% of the things that the diseases or things we suffer from fall within these four categories. And so the title of it is Healing is Easy. And basically, with listening to that CD, combining it with that brochure, you can answer 80% of the health questions that come up. So let's go ahead and let's dive into what those categories are. The first one is blood sugar imbalances, okay? And there are many, many health concerns that relate to blood sugar imbalances, including attention deficit, hyperactivity, adrenal failure, anxiety, bedwetting, bipolar disorder. I'm not going to get them all here. You can read the screen, but diabetes, dizziness, fainting spells, fatigue, hyperactivity, hypoglycemia, infertility, learning disabilities, moodiness, narcolepsy, peripheral neuropathy. All of these are diseases that Dr. Wallach says fall within this category of blood sugar imbalances. Now, what it is that hundreds of chemical processes are necessary in order to properly balance blood sugar levels. In fact, that little depiction there, that picture on the screen there, is to show you all the different chemical processes that have to happen and have to happen properly in order for blood sugar to be balanced. There's over 23 cofactors that are necessary. Chromium, vanadium, and other vitamins and minerals are some of the main ones, but just realize there's 23 cofactors necessary for hundreds of different chemical processes in order to balance blood sugar. So that being said, what does Dr. Wallach recommend for blood sugar difficulties? He recommends the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack, which is designed to help support and promote healthy blood sugar. And so you see there on the screen the Healthy Start Pack plus the product Sweeties, which makes up the Healthy Blood Sugar Pack. All right? So next category, calcium deficiencies. Now we find these all over the place, right? I mean, these health concerns include everything from arthritis to back pain, bone spurs, high blood pressure, fractures, cognitive impairment, depression, Dowager's hump, insomnia, irritability, joint pain, kidney stones, muscle cramps, spasms, twitches, nervousness, osteoporosis, panic attacks, PMS, restless leg syndrome, receding gums, tooth decay, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, all of these things, vertigo. These are all diseases that Dr. Wallach says fall into this category of not being able to absorb and utilize calcium and the cofactors that go along with it. You see, bones alone, okay, just bones, cartilage, ligament, muscles, and other tissue can degenerate and become inflamed. And over 60 nutrients are needed just for your bones alone to keep healthy, okay? These include magnesium, vitamin D, chondroitin, glucosamine, strontium, and more. But there's a whole gamut of nutrients then that are needed in order to maintain your cartilage and your ligaments and your muscles and other tissues that are encapsulating in that joint capsule. And so this is not just calcium; it's all the cofactors that are necessary in order for healthy bones and joints. Okay, so what does Dr. Wallach recommends? Well, he recommends the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, which is designed to help support and promote healthy bones and joints and connective tissue. And all those other health concerns that we talked about fall within the category that Dr. Wallach says the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack will benefit. Okay, category number 3, digestive disorders. Now this is one that oftentimes we find tied in with these other categories. Everything from acid reflux to allergies, athlete's foot, belching, bloating, bowel gas, celiac disease, constipation, Crohn's disease, diarrhea, diverticulitis, food sensitivities, heartburn, hiatal hernia, indigestion, irritable bowel syndrome, jock itch, leaky gut, seasonal allergies, stomach and intestinal pain, thrush. These are all examples of what can go wrong when we're not absorbing nutrients. Okay, when we're having a digestive disorder. And in fact, it's not what you eat that you are, it's what you absorb. You are what you absorb. And certain amount of stomach acid, certain acidity is required in order to break down food and to allow absorption of nutrients in the intestines. Weak stomach acid leads to bad bacteria thriving in the stomach and the intestines. It also leads to undigested food, which passes through damaged and inflamed intestinal villi. We call this syndrome leaky gut, and that develops allergies and sensitivities, for example, gluten and lactose intolerances. Okay, so understand that the digestive system starts in the mouth and goes all the way through, okay? And there's a whole lot of processes that have to happen in order for that to happen. Now, for more information on that, I'd encourage you to get a copy of Dr. Wallach's CD called Serial Killers, okay? Serial spelled C-E-R-I-A-L. And this is an actual explanation interview with Dr. Wallach going through the entire digestive system and what's necessary. And what Dr. Wallach recommends if a person has difficulty in digestion is the Healthy Digestion Pack in order to help support and promote healthy digestion. And that is the package that's shown there on the screen right there. Okay, so category number 4, and our last category, is EFA, or essential fatty acids, and cholesterol deficiency diseases. These include things like acne, alopecia, Alzheimer's, asthma, DVT, deep vein thrombosis, brittle hair, cardiovascular disease, cracked heels, cravings of fried foods, dementia, extended menopause, eczema, fibromyalgia, gallstones, infertility, low libido, low sperm count, miscarriage, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, PMS, psoriasis, kidney dysfunction, split cuticles and heels. All of those are warning signs or health concerns that are related to this category. See, healthy cell membranes and soft tissues, for example, nerves, brain, heart, and skin, require a large amount of essential fatty acids and other cofactors, including cholesterol, mainly from eggs, selenium, and antioxidants in order to be healthy and maintain themselves. Inadequate amounts of these nutrients will cause these tissues to break down and then malfunction. And just so you know, all cell membranes in our body are made up of these lipids or these fats, okay? And so it's very, very important that we get adequate amount or we will have them break down and malfunction. Well, what does Dr. Wallach recommend for this category? He recommends the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, okay? And this is designed to help support healthy brain and cardiovascular function. In addition, it helps with your skin and your hair and all those things that essential fatty acids will do. But the idea is to increase the good and decrease the bad. So, For any other health concerns that don't fall into those 4 categories, Dr. Wallach makes himself available for 2 hours, Monday through Friday, to answer health questions on his radio show. Okay, so what do? Well, start with the Mighty 90 and then get on the phone with Dr. Wallach. That's what we recommend. If your concern didn't fall into those 4 categories that we just talked about, get started on the 90 essential nutrients, because everybody needs those, and then call Dr. Wallach for specifics. In addition, Dr. Wallach gives us some healthful dietary do's and don'ts. For example, he says we should eat eggs, okay? And we should have soft, runny yolks to those eggs, okay, so that we don't kill off the cholesterol. Salt your food to taste. Consume green leafy vegetables. High antioxidant auric foods. High protein meals and snacks, and drink plenty of water. Okay, those are the do's. Now, what should we avoid? Well, he says we should avoid margarine. We should cook with butter instead. We should avoid carbonated drinks at meal times. Avoid fried foods and vegetable oils, processed meats with nitrates and nitrites, processed sugars, pesticides, and pollution. Those are the recommended do's and don'ts. And the idea is if we can decrease the bad and increase the good, we get a multiplying effect. Okay, so we increase and we see positive benefits and results from the products even faster if we adhere to these dietary do's and don'ts. So how do we increase our success with health challenges? Well, 1, take your products with food. Okay, the nutrients are best absorbed when food is present, because that's when you have the highest amount of stomach acid and enzyme count and all that sort of thing. That will also decrease stomach upset as well, because you're just tricking your body into thinking your food is really, really healthy. Take adequate amount of the product. See, not very similar from the rest of the nutritional industry. Dr. Wallach, he gauges the dosages based on body weight, just like the agricultural industry. Dr. Wallach's formulas are dosed according to body weights. The larger the animal, the greater the nutritional requirement. Okay, so make sure you're taking enough product. And then lastly, make sure that you're absorbing the product. If you aren't seeing results, you either aren't absorbing the nutrients or you aren't consuming enough. Okay, it's got to be one of those two, because this has been tested for decades in the animal industry, in the agricultural thing, and now with humans, over 30 years of practical application in humans. If you're not seeing results within 90 days, you're either not taking enough or you've got digestive difficulties. So that's the explanation on the products, but I also just want to take just a second and tell you that in addition to having very, very unique products and a very unique product philosophy where we get results, we also have a very, very unique opportunity. And that opportunity is so unique because, first and foremost, because of the fact that people see results with our products. No one else has 90 essential nutrients. No one else focuses on the results that Dr. Wallach and the research that he's had in the animal industry. Okay, so you won't find people getting off their medications and seeing the benefits and the health benefits that you see in Youngevity. Healthy coffee, healthy energy, healthy chocolate, mineral makeup, much more. We also have a huge line of products that are very, very unique outside of our 90 essential nutrients, which increases the likelihood that people will fall in love and consume these products. In fact, as a result of that, if you skip down to the last one there, we have the highest customer retention in the industry because our essential nutrients are like gas for the car. You can't go without them, okay? And so we also have our average customer order is 3 times the industry average because of the fact that people experience and fall in love with what 90 nutrients do for their body. And then they dabble in all the other wonderful chocolate and everything else that Dr. Wallach has, okay? So very, very unique products. Very, very, which gives us a unique income, okay, because people buy more than they normally do, and they stay on them longer than they ever would. And in fact, I say that when you've been on the 90 nutrients for a while, you go a little wacky, okay, you get a little crazy. See, my family and I, we supplement. We get up in the morning and we make sure that we get our 90 essential nutrients, and we supplement our breakfast, our nutrients with breakfast. Does that make sense? We take our 90 nutrients and then we supplement that with food. And I know that sounds backwards, but that's the way we look at it, because the 90 nutrients are in the Healthy Start Pack, but I don't know that they're in my breakfast, okay? The nutrients are not there. And so whatever nutrients I get out of my food, that's just value added. Okay, and I know that sounds a little crazy to some of you, and I don't mean to sound wacky at all, but that's what happens when you understand Dr. Wallach's message. When you've heard this CD, you will understand that our food doesn't have all the nutrients we need, and the agricultural industry has known that for decades. That's why they make sure the animals get their essential nutrients in their pellets first, and then anything they get out of the hay, That's just value added. There is no farmer that would just send the animals out to pasture and wouldn't have a salt block, supplements, something to make sure that they level the playing field and make sure the animals are getting all of the essential nutrients. Now, lastly there, that middle point there, unique leverage. What that means is that this business is a business that builds itself. It's so easy to do because of a couple tools. One is this CD. I told you at the beginning I was going to tell you a little bit more about this at the end, but this CD turned on a light for me because when I was first introduced to this by my dad, one of the first things that went through my head was, I don't know if I can get excited about this because I was 26 years old. I didn't have any health concerns. I really wasn't interested in health. Nothing really concerned me. And so, when my dad said, hey, you could build a business with this, find out if you can because it'd be great. I said, well, yeah, but, I don't know anything about nutrition, Dad. I don't know anything about health. It's just not my thing. And it was when I heard this CD that all of a sudden I became convinced myself, whatever it is that Dr. Wallach was talking about on that, I had to have it. For myself, my children, and my wife, we had to have it. It was essential. And at that very moment when I realized that, another light went on for me because I said, man, I just made a purchasing decision listening to this. See, just listening to this, I decided I'm going to spend my money that I don't have. 26 years old, living on student loans, triplets at home, just quit my job. I'm going to spend money on vitamins and minerals and money that I don't even have. And I became convinced of doing that just by listening to this CD. And that's when a second light went on. I said, man, if I'm willing to make a purchasing decision just listening to that, then there've got to be lots of people out there in a much better situation than me with more money than I have, older than I have, more health concerns than I have, more pains than I have, that if they listen to this, they would make that decision even easier than I have. And that is exactly what I've done over 15 years is I have built my business just getting people to listen to Dr. Wallach. I don't have to be the health expert. All I do is I get them to listen to Doc, okay? And what happens is just like it happened with me, is when they get this information, they say, man, that rings true. That makes absolute sense. I need what he's talking about. And then those people become customers and consumers for life. And they also get so excited about the message, they share this with the people they know, and the business grows on its own. Now, that's one reason why this is so easy to do, okay? But a second is this card right here. See this card? This is a pharmacy discount card. And basically that we as representatives of FDI Youngevity can give these cards away. And anytime anyone who receives this card, they take it to a pharmacy, they share it with the pharmacist when they're getting a prescription, and the pharmacist runs the little numbers on the card, and they get a discount. Saves them up to 85% off their prescription. Now, they don't have to be a member of FDI Youngevity. They don't have to sign anything. There's no paperwork or anything. We just give the card to them and they take it and use it. And so all of a sudden they love us, right? Because we've just saved them up to 85% off their prescriptions that they're already getting. And so we can spark up conversations with anybody because we're giving them something for free that's of value. Now, what does this do for us? Well, one, every time they use it, we get paid a little percentage, right, of their prescription costs, and they save money. So it's a win-win. But in addition, if they turn the card over, and we encourage them to do this, on the back, it shows them that we focus on three main things as a company: saving people money, getting people healthy, and creating wealth. And there's a recorded message and my details there. And so I can give this card to somebody, saves them money, they keep it in their wallet, and if they themselves, or if they know somebody that's interested in getting healthy and getting off those prescriptions, we can help them. If they know somebody or they themselves want to build a business and create wealth, we can help them, and all the information is right on that card. So between these two things here, there is no business, there is no opportunity out there that is as easy to do as what we have at FDI Youngevity. Now, I know most of the people who got on this webinar now have gotten on to learn about the products, and I hope we've given you that information. I wanted to tell you just a second about the business because we have people who join us as customers who want to get the products for wholesale, and we love those people. We also have people that say, hey, I want to get in and get on the products, but I also want to tell a few of my family members and friends about it. And so they get themselves, 10 of these CDs that they can share with people so that those people can get on the products as well. And if you get 10 or 12 people on the Healthy Start Pack that you've referred to the company, well, the kickback you get for the referral fee will pay for your Healthy Start Pack. So now your 90 essential nutrients are free every month. And then we also have people who, like myself, that say, I'd like to start this as a business. Okay, and so for that information, we're not going to share more on that here, but we do a webinar that's going to start at quarter after the hour, in about a half hour. Okay, we're going to do another webinar where we're going to explain and introduce the business opportunity. And so we have blitz calls going on, we have a weekly webinar, we have a website with information, and we have a meeting locator so a person can find a local meeting that's going on in their area. Now, there's a quote there from Rich Stocks. Once I heard Dr. Wallach's CD, I knew I needed the product. Okay, and that's what happens when people hear Dr. Wallach. They know they need these essential nutrients every single day. So we'd like to encourage, whatever level you want to involve yourself as a customer, whether you want to participate in the referral program or whether you'd like to join us in the business opportunity, we'd ask you to take the next step and tell the person who got you on this webinar whether you are a customer, referral, or whether you want to get involved in the business. We also encourage everybody to continue their education. Dr. Wallach is all about education. So he's written numerous books, created many CDs and DVDs, flyers, material, things that you can watch, listen to, read, and basically Paul Zane Pilzer says, whoever educates the public on the uniqueness of their wellness products and services has the most to gain. So in this economy, one of the things that we focus on more than anything else is giving people the information they're looking for. And you can get that from those two websites that are listed there, whether it's to watch stuff on the website or whether it's to actually purchase some CDs, books, any of those things. It's all available on those sites. All right. Well, I want to personally thank everyone for being on the webinar tonight.